Hello, it's DurgaMata. I'm just sitting on the sofa with my new Christmas dressing gown. And it's Sunday, the 5th of January 2025. And today I will be leaving Walsall and heading back to London and focusing my attention on my next workshop, which is on the 26th of January. And there's a lot to get ready. But before I leave, I thought I would just show you one more bit of the progress in preparing to do my next silk painting. I'm making a series of cards which I call Peace with Justice and Oneness Love Freedom Cards. And they have a dove for peace, and they have the Palestine colours in the flag behind them. And I've showed you already how I stretched the silk, and the last one was how I started to paint with the gutter the different doves in each of the spaces for the cards. Now, I know by experience that this silk is a little bit thick for the gutter. So if I only have it on one side, it leaks underneath and messes up the design. So now I'm going to do the gutter on the reverse side of the silk. And that's the most I can do while I'm here. And it's a little risky because if it gets smudged on the way home before it dries, it's going to be spoiled a little bit. But I'd rather do the recording here and take that risk. I wish coloring the painting here, but the gutter, both sides, has to dry before I can put the dyes on. So now I'm going to adjust the frame so that you can see the silk, and I'll put the gutter on for this last little bit of meditation work. I do all my silk painting as meditation, and now that I've got the silk stretched and I'm doing the designs, I'm meditating before I start, and I'm making the whole exercise a form of mindfulness and meditation. I think I can tilt this down so that you can see the designs. And I need to raise it a little bit so that the silk isn't actually on the board. So here's my box with the gutter in it. I've got the gold and I've got the bronze. And I've got the little polystyrene worms that keep them from rattling around in the box. Here's the gold one. I'll start with that. See if I can get some music on. Some of my spiritual teacher's music, which I like to listen to while I'm working. Up the top here. Yes. I don't know that you can see this very well. Try and tilt it towards you. Need to follow the line that I've already got there from the other side. My son was saying he would be happy to take me to Walsall station, but it's been snowing quite heavily in the night. There we go. Face for the finish, and you can see one of my little cards is there. I gave one to the family. See my mother-in-law there, and our ancestral home in India. My spiritual teacher's picture. So here's my box with the gutta in it. I've got the gold and I've got the bronze. And I've got the little polystyrene worms that keep them from rattling around in the box. Here's the gold one, I'll start with that. See if I can get some music on. Some of my spiritual teacher's music, which I like to listen to while I'm working. Up the top here, yes. I don't know that you can see this very well. Try and tilt it towards you. Need to follow the line that I've already got there from the other side. My son was saying he would be happy to take me to Walsall Station, but it's been snowing quite heavily in the night, and he drives his dad's car, and it's not really a good idea to risk going out when you don't have to, when the weather's bad. The driving conditions are not ideal. So that's why I'm getting the bus, which was actually what we'd planned anyway. Because in the morning he has a lot of responsibilities with getting his dad up and all his medications, and today there's some sort of Christmas event, New Year's event. So they've got to go out quite early. And that takes some organisation. You can see I'm being as steady as I can. Oh, see, that's actually spoiled the shape of the beak. Just from one little movement of the hand. Unintended. It's not the easiest things to draw with this gutta. And if there's any gaps in it, of course, the silk dyes merrily spread into the actual shape of the dove. And because they're for Gaza, and there's such devastation there, it actually is not a disaster if the dove has some of the colours going through onto it. It looks like it's been injured, or it's flying through smoke. It's helping me here that my wrist is resting on the frame itself. Gives my hand a little bit more steadiness. comes the last wing of the gold. There we go. Now I'll put the lid back on that one. Did I leave the lid in the box? Meanwhile, here comes the bronze. Get it flowing. That's it. I think I've cut this a little bit narrower than the gold, which is actually good. See there, I've gone a little bit away from the line that was underneath, so I had to move back again. If I wasn't tilting it towards you, towards the camera, it would be a bit easier to be more accurate, but I want you to see it. It's the whole point of doing the video, so that you see the whole process. I think I'll leave one of these without doing the back, just for reference to show how much it makes a difference. I find with any creative thing, you're constantly learning and adapting. So each one is a little bit experimental. There we go, over his head. One bronze one done. And the next, this really is like helicopter. I've nothing to rest my wrist on here. It's the one where the beak went a bit too long last time. Keep it a little bit short this one side. And I actually mount the card, the silk in the card. I can choose which side I like best. There we go. Absolute concentration. Total focus on the moment. This action, this movement. I find creativity, painting, especially this type, extremely good mindful activity. Even to talk to you is difficult. Right, I'm going to leave the last one, this one here, without doing it on this side. Then I'll be able to see how much that makes a difference. Turning it over because the frame sticks out, so I can rest it that side, and the new gutter is not touching anything because the board holds the frame up and the frame holds the silk up. There, I've got one lid put onto the gold now, I've got to get up in a minute and find the other lid, which is probably on my lap, and put that there. So I'll just turn this back so you can see my face for the finish. Now, when I finish a mindful exercise, I like to bring my attention to my breath. Notice the inhale and the exhale. Feel the peace and feel a sense of gratitude. Gratitude for the health and strength and capacity to breathe. The more you can feel gratitude, the happier you become. Gratitude is such an important emotion. Gratitude for my family and for having had a happy and peaceful Christmas period, New Year period together. Gratitude for my friends. Thank you for following me, and I'll close in the way that I like to close. Rub my hands together to create some friction and warmth. Rest them against the side of my face to feel that physical sense of solidness. Thank you for my solid body, my health. And thank you for watching me and coming with me in my videos. I'm wishing you a blessed New Year and praying for peace. Praying for all the people who are suffering in Gaza and beyond. Feeling love, self-love in my heart. Letting it overflow and expand into love for the whole creation. And of course for you who are watching me. Bye.
Help Hassan and his mother in Gaza. Hassan is a young man from Gaza who recently graduated from the Faculty of Engineering and Information Technology. Since the beginning of the aggression on Gaza, his family house was destroyed and Hassan and his mother were displaced. His mother also suffered a leg injury, on top of having diabetes and struggling to get the proper treatment in Gaza. They are raising funds in order to be able to afford basic necessities which have become scarce and extremely expensive. Waterproof tents and tarps for the coming winter and rain, and the medical attention that Hassan's mother needs. Scan to donate. Thank you.